Hello there, Commonwealth from you. With Zelda delayed to 2023, let's focus more on the late 2022 Pokemon Scarlet and Violet. The introduction to the 9th generation of Pokemon, based in a region inspired by the Iberian Peninsula, the westernmost part of continental Europe. This game will introduce the greatest change to the Pokemon series ever, but also other changes. In total, 9 for the beginning of this new video series. So be sure to leave a like, subscribe and press the notification bell, as we are less than 4,000 away from 300,000, and with it, our big Switch OLED plus game giveaway. Change number 1, a seamless open world. This one goes without saying, as the reveal trailer and subsequent Twitter post by the Pokemon Company made it pretty clear. The first ever seamless open world in the Pokemon series, filled with grand and varied landscapes, references to key Iberian landmarks, and routes that lead from town A to B without any loading screens. The same goes when entering any of the numerous towns, as the Pokemon Company has detailed on their website that towns and landscapes blend seamlessly together. The path to this revolution for the franchise has been ongoing since the transition from 240p to HD with Generation 8 and the Switch in 2019. Along with it, we got the introduction of the open zone wild area, then the fully open without loading screens maps of the Isle of Armor and the Crown Tundra in 2020. The fully open zone maps found in Pokemon Legends Arceus in January 2022, to the reveal of the fully open world map of Pokemon Scarlet and Violet in February 2022 for a late 2022 release. The main settlement with what is most likely this game's Pokemon League has an architectural blend of Barcelona and Madrid, the two largest cities in Spain, a detail which brings us over to a key change in this game and generation. Change number 2, the city or location of the League being accessible early in the game. Much like in the case of Zelda Breath of the Wild's open world and Middle Hyrule Castle, the League HQ can for the first time in the series be reached from early on in the game. No long paths to follow and no gyms to conquer in order to reach the building. Getting in, however, might be a different matter. The fact that we can reach and explore the city of the League from early on in the game as marketed in the teaser points to the fact that we can take advantage of the key city and its services from the very beginning of the game. Not only that one, but all the other locations in the open world. A historic change for the Pokemon series, which could also imply a different and very significant alteration. Change number 3, less handholding after selecting the starter Pokemon. Even Pokemon Legends Arceus fell into this trap of handholding you for nearly 2 hours before allowing you to freely explore the first open zone not Jubilife Village map of the Hisui region. And handholding has been a serious issue with nearly all new Pokemon games in the last 3 generations or so. An open world, on the other hand, allows unprecedented level of freedom, and though it is likely that we'll have a tutorial area and section, after this one, which hopefully lasts much shorter than the opening section of say Sword and Shield, we will have full freedom outside of the likely requirement of collecting gym badges, which in itself is a great incentive to explore the land and routes in order to reach the different towns. Our starting location with house, and very likely the house of the professor and rival, is on the coast, so this area might be closed off from the rest of the map in the beginning, just like the Great Plateau was in Breath of the Wild. But as soon as we depart it, the open world is ours to conquer with minimum forced instructions and tutorials. Optional sure, but not forced. Interestingly though, the architecture of the house is very southern and similar to the architecture and layout of houses found in southern Spain and Portugal. Speaking of, change number 4, a region based on 2 different independent countries. Iberia has 2 main independent countries, which final evolution form after the fall of the Roman Empire was Spain and Portugal, when we exclude tiny Andorra and British Gibraltar. And according to both the research map and the in-game maps in the protagonist's house, it is clear that this game is not taking inspiration from one country or region, but 2, the former overseas empires of Spain and Portugal. 2 similar, but at the same time vastly different nations that for a little while were a part of the same Iberian Union, but have for many centuries been separate, though sharing the same peninsula. Which obviously makes sense with the different Pokemon types in the main square of the Spanish city being presented as a calcada portuguesa or mosaic Portuguese pavement. And then especially in Lisbon, the capital of Portugal, with the most remarkable one set next to the monument of the overseas discoverers. Portugal was obviously only hinted through the map for a millisecond in the teaser compared to the heavy Spanish influences, but leaving out towns like Lisbon, the original San Francisco, and Porto with its equally iconic bridge and dramatic landscapes would be a major mistake. So until proven otherwise, this is the first Pokemon region based on 2 different independent countries, and there could be even more with Andorra and Gibraltar. but mainly Spain and Portugal, where the latter might be near or even the starting location of the game, with new Pokemon inspired from the first Mediterranean, aka Greco-Roman influenced Pokemon title. So you might expect our first references to the multinational Roman Empire in a Pokemon title, especially since Iberia was the birthplace of multiple strong emperors, including the Optimus Princeps, Trajanus. And we all know of the Roman roads, the Via system, and how well it correlates to Pokemon's own route system since Gen 1. Or more specifically, the Mediterranean world, including with its oranges and grapes. Two fruits that seem to be key to the game, based on its overrepresentation in the research room. Oh, and probable dances from the region like Sevilla's flamenco, which we see illustrated within the starting house. Either way, the western edge of the map is almost certainly inspired by Portugal. But on the path to any location, either from here or somewhere else, you'll encounter one of the biggest changes to a new generation Pokemon title set in present times. Change number 5, no random encounters. It has been tested out in the wild area, the DLC of Sword and Shield, and fully most recently within the maps of Hisui, but not on this scale. A full world where the Pokemon are in front of you and don't just pop up randomly as you walk through grass. It is up to you to approach them, just like in the wild area and in Hisui. A fact that was made rather clear in the reveal trailer with the emphasis on all the different Pokemon roaming around in the open world. They might even be able to harm you like in Legends Arceus, but sadly you will not be able to catch them without battling them first. Did I say that all changes, especially from Legends Arceus, will be positive? No, I didn't, since Pokemon Scarlet and Violet's website makes it rather clear that we can't just throw Pokeballs randomly at Pokemon, expecting to catch them without battling them first. Which is understandable, seeing that this is a new generation entry, but which sadly forces us into a battle screen. One that might or might not allow us as a trainer to move around like in Arceus. So here's hoping that it will be interactive. In return, we will have far more trainer battles in this game compared to Legends Arceus, but we will miss the action boss fights against frenzied Pokemon from that game. Now what other changes should we talk about? Change number 6, the art style. We all loved how good new Pokemon Snap looked, right? Well, at least we got similar human character models in Pokemon Scarlet and Violet, which feels like a blend of past Pokemon titles with the style introduced by Bandai Namco. And this is an interesting detail to take into consideration, as this game feels very much like a blend of something from each of the 8th generation new Pokemon titles. Sword and Shield, New Pokemon Snap, and Pokemon Legends Arceus. All titles that in their own way have transitioned Pokemon towards the modern HD age, from graphics to gameplay, and the crowning achievement of that process is Pokemon Scarlet and Violet. In the research room before the trailer itself, we have also seen the confirmation of Great Balls and Ultra Balls in the game, which were instrumental in the later sections of Pokemon Legends Arceus. And thanks to the Wand Company, you can also get hold of a proper diecast that is a 1-to-1 in appearance, size and weight replica of these two. Luckily, I've been sent the Ultra Ball by Nintendo of Norway to test, and I have to say that it looks and feels gorgeous. It comes with a display box which elevates the metal ball when you open it, and it is also illuminated with the effects you would expect from a Pokeball. Everything about this ball screams quality, so get yours in the description below. Also, here is another change, or 7, that will take place in the game. Namely, the visual quality of the game will change. Game footage not final means that they will have a number of months to go before shipping the game, so let's not judge the game by its reveal cover. The game will look better at launch. With that out of the way, let's get to the last 2 changes, starting with Change 8, the way we traverse this game. An open world means that we need alternative transport to walking on foot. In the past we've had the bikes, but Pokemon Legends Arceus solved this big map traversal issue brilliantly by giving us a number of rideable noble Pokemon, all aimed at making our journey more efficient and comfortable, whether it was riding on Vidir, crossing the rivers, lakes and seas on Basque Legion, soaring in the sky on Hisuian Bravery, or even climbing the steepest mountain in Sneaseless Basque. No doubt, Pokemon Legends Arceus revolutionized the efficiency of traversal to a degree that some of it was even better, or at least more convenient than in the open world of Zelda Breath of the Wild. This should definitely be built upon in Scarlet and Violet's much bigger seamless open world. We will definitely need more than a Rotom bike here, that is for sure, and rideable Pokemon are awesome, though I'm a little uncertain where we'll be able to climb as freely as we could with Sneasler in Legends Arceus. Here is hoping. Now for the final and key change 9. Freedom to explore and discover your way. The greatest benefit of a seamless open world is that it is your playground, and no game emphasized this more than Breath of the Wild, a game that has heavily influenced Game Freak in the last 5 years. And with the first open world, it is clear that they will also look to the freedom aspect of 2017's greatest masterpiece. Namely the freedom of exploration and discovery of a new land the way you see it fit. Making the entire game one massive journey that could be very different if you don't follow exactly the beaten path. Much like in Legends Arceus. Naturally, breaking the boundary of walls and height in Breath of the Wild was the paraglider and climbing, but Game Freak has already addressed this in Legends Arceus, which makes my expectations high for the way exploration is structured in the game. We really need a Hisuian Bravery and Sneasel equivalent in this game to take full advantage of the open world and make it one of the best ever. The potential is definitely there, and it is now up to Game Freak to deliver after making us more demanding following the introductions of open world elements and gameplay in Legends Arceus. And that is our first video in our new series 9 changes in Gen 9 Pokemon Scarlet and Violet. So if you enjoyed it, be sure to leave a like and share it to make it more visible. Also, subscribe and press the notification bell to get us past 300,000 before my 30th birthday on June 13th, less than 4,000 left to go to 300k, and our Switch OLED plus Game of Choice giveaway. Also, we are open to suggestions for future episodes in this series, so deliver them in the comment section down below. And we also need to thank all our patreon.com/ComeAround patrons, and in particular royal producer Charles Shash for making this possible. You all rock, and please enjoy one or both of these 2 awesome videos.